Hey guys, Sunny here, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. Today is Monday, and it's currently 5:20 a.m., so no one in my house is up right now, so I have to be pretty quiet. So first things first, I'm gonna go downstairs and cook myself a meal before I head to the gym. Alright, so I'm kind of curious how much I weigh right now, so this is calibrated scale, by the way. Around 171 in the morning. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna eat this morning is one of these things. It's called, in Chinese, it's called 葱油饼, but in English, it directly translates to scallion pancakes. And I love cooking this because it's so easy to make. Literally, I just pull it out of the fridge or the freezer pre-made and just plop it on the pan, and it tastes really good. And this is pretty much what the finished product looks like. So for my first meal before I go to the gym, I have this scallion pancake that I made earlier, as well as 4 slices of prosciutto, because I don't like to eat that much in the morning because I'm not super hungry right now. Oh, and one last thing. Monster Energy, because I'm really tired right now. So I'm about to head over to the gym right now, and gonna try to finish this on the way. I ordered some pre-workout, but it hasn't come yet. But for the time being, I'm gonna have to use this. Alright, so we made it to the gym. I'm gonna start with some stretches first. I'll kind of walk you through what I do basically. First, I usually sit in the butterfly leg position, butterfly position, and hold this stretch probably like 10 seconds. Yeah, 10-second stretch right here, approximately. Then I do this pose. I don't know what it's called, but it's a popular yoga pose to stretch, I guess, the glute and the hip, basically. Both sides, of course. Gotta keep things even. I've been feeling a little bit of pain in my TFL muscle. I forgot what it stands for. It's like the hip where the quad kind of meets the hip, yeah, basically, in the upper quad area, but it's not really my quad, it's like the hip area on my left side. It kind of bothers me when I squat, but like it's one of those pains that are like not super painful, if that makes sense. It doesn't really hinder me lifting heavy, whereas my past injuries I've had, it's like I can't even squat 135 without excruciating pain. So this pain it's there, but it's kind of more of a discomfort than a pain. Next thing I usually do is these 90-90s, dynamic 90-90s. So it's basically like you want to keep a 90-degree angle between your knees on both sides, and then you rotate from side to side. So what you want to emphasize is putting both of your knees on the ground. So if I'm doing it this way, for example, my left knee being on the ground is external rotation and my right knee is internal. And then when I switch over to the other side, now it's my right knee is external rotation, my left knee is internal rotation. So it kind of gets the internal, external rotation of the hips all nice and warmed up. Do around like 10 each side, so 20 total. And then the next thing I usually do is these single leg RDLs. And I usually like to grab 25 pounds. Okay, so now I'm gonna be doing this thing called Jefferson curls. Jefferson curls, and it's essentially just rounding your lower back. Like this. And then come up. And the cue is you want to round your lower back as much as possible. So this kind of trains your lower back to be more tolerant of rounding, because under heavy loads your back could round. And actually that's kind of how I hurt my QL back in, I want to say beginning of June of 2024, is because I was doing a set of SSB squat and it was super heavy for me, and so my lower back rounded to compensate because I couldn't keep my torso upright. And since my back rarely ever rounds, just because of the way I squat, that one time I hurt my QL. So ever since, I've been kind of just working on my rounding, my lower back, getting that warmed up in case my back needs it. What's up, guys? So today we got squats. First of all, I'm gonna be doing normal tempo low bar squats today, which is essentially just normal squat. I haven't done this in a couple months because of just a bunch of injuries, so I only do tempo squats, at least for the last couple of months. So today is the first day I'm gonna try not tempo, just into the hole and out, and see how currently it's my right groin area that I hurt 2 months ago-ish, and see if it feels good. First working set is going to be 275 for 7, and I'm going to work up to 315 for 7. And the reason why I'm not going super heavy is obviously because of my injuries, but also I haven't done this movement in a very long time, or not a super long time, but just I'm not super used to it, like going down so fast. So right now my TFL is kind of screaming right now. But I got a squat, so. So I just did 315 for 7. First time, full speed squats, low bar. Felt amazing. I mean, my adductor pain has been gone, my groin pain has been gone for some time now. So I didn't expect it to flare, but this is really good because, you know, I've been waiting for this. So today I'm also benching, so warming up my shoulders a bit. I don't know what these are called, but this has been kind of a staple in my bench warm-ups. So if you just get the band and kind of do this with it, like I guess it's a band pull apart movement. It gets the shoulders nice and warm. I also warm up my rotator cuffs and my scapula, but I'm probably not gonna film that because I'm a little short on time. So today I'm gonna be hitting a 2 count pause bench, top set of 2. I'm thinking going 255, maybe 265. No, fuck it, 275. 275 for 2. And my theory is that it moves decently easy. All right, so the reason I'm doing 2 count pauses today is for many reasons, couple reasons. First of all, to give you a little history, I tore my pec minorly last year in around June or July. Ever since then, like, it wasn't bad or anything, it was just excruciating whenever I would try to bench, but it's like, in pushing things wasn't like super painful unless it was bench or anything I did in the gym where I lift decently heavy weights. I definitely lost some muscle within that time period of a couple months trying to rehab my chest back to the way it is. It still isn't fully healed, but basically I can bench pain-free now. So build extra muscle, but also build that confidence back, because it's kind of scary when you know you've torn your pec and you're holding it here for an extended period of time, you know. It's a little bit, even just pausing for 1 second like I normally do was kind of scary. So I'm trying to build the confidence in the technique that my pec won't tear or anything. So I had to build this up slowly. I think I started with probably 185, these 2 counts, and now I'm at 275 for 2. And then lastly, kind of like my build. So I don't know if you know, but I have super short arms. Not super short, just average, less than average length arms. And then I also have a huge arch, as you can see. So the way I bench, and I also use a wide grip, right? Because I want to take full advantage of my ROM. So I'm trying to use the shortest ROM possible that I can handle. And usually when I set up, my wrists are not obviously stacked on my shoulders, right? So when I push off the chest, there's kind of an angle where my arm is at. So it's like really wide out. And so it uses a lot of my pec minor muscle, which is not as strong. So for me, when I push off my chest, that is the hardest part of the movement. Like from here to here is really difficult, right? Because of the way I bench. And then when I get here, I can lock out all the time, right? Like lockout for me is easy. Like, I don't even have to think about it. As long as it just comes up a little bit, like I got it, right? If I get stapled, it's gonna be right off the chest. And so I'm not explosive off the chest because of the way I bench. And so I really need to stay in a really good position on the bottom, right? Because even like a little misgroove, even if I lose a little tightness on the bottom, that could make or break if I get a heavy bench press or not. So doing 2 counts for me is super beneficial. Now I'm not saying if you don't have my body type and you don't bench like me, don't do 2 count. I think 2 count helps everyone in the right context. But for me right now, this is kind of my go-to variation for bench, and that's why. So first rep felt a little weird. I don't know why, but when I bench on here, my left arm angle feels slightly different than my right. I don't know what it is, but honestly, it's not that big of an issue right now, so. What's up? Damn. What's up, guys? So after bench, I'm gonna be doing hack squat. Usually I try to aim for 12 reps per set, 3 sets. So, and I aim to push myself on these. The reason I'm going so many reps is because, first of all, like, trying to train my cardiovascular system, but also at the same time, I'm just doing it for the pump because I don't really care what my 1 rep max hack squat is. So I only do it for reps. And it feels good when you do it for reps. Like that pain you feel, you know? Like the lactic acid buildup. Best feeling in the world.
Me and the devil, walking side by side. Me and the devil, walking side by side.
All right, guys, guys, so now about to hit my third set, and if you see in my videos I was using 3 plates, but usually when I do a hack squat or leg press, it kind of gets easier as it goes. I don't know if anyone else feels that. I don't know if that means that I'm not pushing myself hard enough, but like usually when I do hack squats and I keep it all the same weight, like the last set feels the easiest. I don't know why. Same with leg press as well, or any leg pressing movement, besides squat, of course. But so loaded 3.5 plates, if you can see that up there, for my final set. Should be pretty difficult. Let's get to it. Okay, so I actually ended up filming some footage of my afternoon workout, and I don't really plan on doing afternoon workouts. I just had to do it because I spent a lot of time vlogging in the morning, which I'm not used to. But essentially why I'm doing single leg extensions over double leg is because I believe that single leg offers a better stimulus in your quad, at least for me. It's easier to feel it with less weights, because also on this machine, it's really easy to max out the stack, but it's much harder to do single leg extensions with the full stack. Obviously, I'm not strong enough for that yet, so it will prepare me well to build strength upon this movement. So now we got tricep extensions, and as you can see, I'm doing these tricep extensions in a particular way. So first of all, I'm using 2 ropes instead of 1, but also I'm not just pushing down with my elbows, but I'm also focusing on spreading my arms outward. And in my experience, this causes a better contraction in my short and medial head of my tricep, which just means extra gains. So last but not least, I'm doing these decline ab sit-ups, which it looks harder than it actually is. No, it looks easier than it actually is, because these are pretty hard to do. And as you can see, I'm not using any weights or anything because I don't think I'm at that level yet. This is my first time doing this exercise, because I usually do weighted planks and zercher holds in my shoulders or in my elbows, and those train more isometric strength in your core, which has more carryover to squats and deadlifts. But this is a core exercise anyway, so it's pretty fun to do as well. So it's fun to switch up my routine a little bit. Even though this doesn't carry over directly to squat and deadlift, it still will carry over to some extent, so that's all I really care about. And as you can see, that last set left me feeling gassed. Yeah, I had to use some momentum to get the last 2 reps there. And that concludes my workout. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm currently home right now, and it's around 8 p.m. So I'm going to give you guys a little insight as to why I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and why you should too, if you're like me. So basically, the problem I'm facing right now is I think that I'm not being productive with my time enough. Basically, I think I'm too lazy for my own good. And yeah, I do work from 9 to 5 every day, but I calculated the hours recently, and I was like, okay, assuming I work 8 hours a day, right? I also work out, so let's say that's 2 hours, 2.5. Sometimes I take a little longer. and like say other stuff like food, showering, things like that. 2 hours total the day. I have approximately and the sleep too. All right, I have approximately 4 hours of time to do whatever, right? And if I don't have the gym that day, I have around 6 to 7 hours to do whatever I want with that time. And by doing whatever I want, I don't mean just fuck around. I mean like actually having something to work towards and hobbies that are more than hobbies and are actually interests that I personally want to develop outside of my job and outside the gym. Because the gym is like already my established hobby. And here's the other thing, right? I notice my energy levels, right? So when I wake up at 5 a.m., I don't feel super tired because as long as I get 6 to 7 hours of sleep the night before, like today when I was at the gym, I was like really, really pumped. Also because I drank the Monster in the morning. But when I went to the gym and then I went to work, um, when I got off work, actually, more importantly, I didn't feel that tired. Like I thought I would be so drained that I would go home and just knock out, but honestly, I feel pretty decently energetic. I do feel tired because I've been up since 5 a.m., but I don't feel that tired, that much more tired than if I woke up at 8 a.m. like usual and just went to work, right? The difference is there, except in the past, I would come home tired around how much I was today, and then I have to go to the gym, right? And then after going to the gym, I come home at around 8 or 9, shower, eat. It's almost already 10. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, it's like 10. It's time to go to bed, you know? It's close to the time that I want to go to bed. So might as well just scroll a little bit, relax, wind down, things like that. And I don't think that's really an option for me. Or I'm not making that an option for me, which is why I need to stick to this 5 a.m. routine. And if you feel the same way, like you're busy, you have something, whether it's school, whether it's a job, and you want to try something else outside of that, I highly recommend waking up at 5 a.m. because I mean, I've only been doing this for a day, but already I feel like I've gotten so much more stuff done. Already, I feel like when I come home from work, I already have so much time to do stuff because it's only 6. And when it's 6 p.m., it doesn't feel that late. So, like, that's not an excuse. It's too late. Get your ass up and do something, you know? Whereas when you wake up at 8 a.m. usually or 7 a.m., you get through a whole day of school and go to the gym or whatever, like I do. Or if you don't even go to the gym and you kind of have like a non-negotiable kind of thing you have to do, whether it's piano lessons, flute lessons, I don't know. And then you have time for your own stuff. You're like so drained, you know? And I think that obviously for me, I think it's going to work out. I can document this so y'all can see, but it'll just mainly be the same thing, honestly. And then one thing I also wanted to start in order to effectively save time is I want to start meal prepping. So I kind of want to decide what I'm going to eat for the whole week in advance. So probably on a Sunday, and that's probably what my next video is going to be. So stay tuned and watch out for the next video. So that is why currently I am committing to waking up at 5 a.m. every day. Weekends, maybe 6 a.m. for some leniency, right? Like sleeping in till 6 a.m. And then I'll kind of show you guys because I want my channel to mainly be about fitness content. So I'll probably walk you guys through some more workouts or maybe like a POV workout with my camera, just some ideas, And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button and watch out for my next one. Thanks so much for watching.